Hello, what wonderful people, Connor Whitmore here again with another video for you on the Nawtystep channel, and it's time for another Extra Nawties monthly roundup. Yet another load of quick EP album compilation reviews coming your way right here, right now in this video, covering the whole of April, those which I didn't get to cover in full on the channel, and they're here in alphabetical order by way of artist or record label name. They're all linked below, extra or special mentions at the end, you know, those which I didn't quite find enough to comment on myself, but which I think you could enjoy quite a bit if you set your ears on them yourselves. So yeah, all bass music here, let's go. But kicking off this installment, the new compilation from Blackout Music, Evolutions Volume 10. This is just a really solid drum and bass compilation, and I'm not going to say anything about it. Don't want to give any idea beyond it being D&B, you know, kind of telling you what it's about and the kind of avenues it goes down. None of that, just want you to hear it fresh, all of you. Not even the tracks that I enjoy most here, my favourites. I just want you to check it out, you know. Please, please, if you enjoy drum and bass music or you want to get into it more, then please, please check it out. New EP from Calcium is alright. I really like how his style was kind of evident throughout. Stylistically, clearly him across the whole thing, but the ideas aren't that inspired. I think each track, each of the four, starts really well but kind of loses its way after the first drop each time. And here, overall, I think the energy's good, a decent outlay of his sound, which is what we usually get from him, which is good. But yeah, the ideas, they're just fine, and apart from the first half of Blessed, I would say nowhere near the level of fun that I would usually associate him with. New LP from Cedric Swan, which isn't as much of an album as just a collection of bangers, I would say. You know, feels more like a compilation for me than something with an album feel or a journey or anything like that, you know, everything that comes with that. But still loving the variation here. I think very ambitious on that front and very diverse also on the production front as well, even though some of it is a lot better than other bits we get there. But I think you're always going to get that on, well, on most albums anyway. So if you enjoy dubstep and all of its variations and a couple other genres kind of woven in here and there, then yeah, I'm sure you'll find something you love here. New LP from Current Value, and I have to admit he's been one of those that I've had to kind of warm up to a bit over the years of listening to his stuff. But hearing other people talk so highly of him and his production methods has almost kind of forced me to appreciate his music more, and I am now, I would say. I think the ideas here definitely more engaging than in recent previous projects we've got from him in the last couple of years or so. But it's just the sheer texture and design of his music that I'm noticing more so in comparison to before. And it just keeps you so locked in on that front in such an effective way over the course of the whole album. Just the production really, really locking you in, and it is just amazing the rate at which he produces and the quality of that production along the way. So yeah, not loving this album right now, but I do look forward to hearing it more. Could happen further down the line. New EP from Data 3, another very good D&B project and a big recommend right here. Been loving their stuff for a couple of years now, and this is just more top drawer material. It's dark, atmospheric, energetic, intricate, and again, if you enjoy D&B in any way whatsoever, please check it out. I personally prefer the second half just a little bit more, but yeah, give it a listen. Let me know what you think. New collection from Deathpact, which is a bit of a letdown, if I'm being honest. Had some of the best tracks of the last couple of years, but this EP is, I think, pretty bereft of memorable ideas for the most part in comparison. Really liking the immersive introduction that we get, very outer-worldly, and it brings you right in at the beginning, and the follow-up is good, track 2, but very short, and then after that the final two are just a bit aimless, and I even go as far as saying a bit messy, to be honest. So overall, yeah, this EP, not amazing. This would have to be my favourite Heritage EP yet, as a whole collection, by a mile. Previously, the ideas, I think, for me, haven't offered enough new or different, and the production's been a little bit rough on the whole. But here, the invention and the execution just match with aplomb consistently across the EP. And, you know, I'm not saying that it's great or revolutionary or anything like that across the stretch of it, but at least very decent in every tune, and the good hits very hard. Doomby, the opener, and Slot Machine are just fucking class. Like, haven't heard him in this kind of form for a while, if ever. So yeah, good EP. Now, with the launch of a new label, you hope it's going to maybe bring something new, you know, introduce a new style or a new approach, just something different from what we've got at the moment for that particular scene and that kind of music. And I'm not sure that we get that here. It's just the same kind of stuff that we've heard a lot of by now. I suppose maybe at a push there's a kind of technological, futuristic theme running through it, but beyond that, it's just loads of your kind of everyday, overly loud dubstep. Not much invention here, and so many of them, and a lot of the production being really quite rough. So yeah, not loads that I'm enthused by here, but for what it's worth, my favourites come from Dr. Lobster and DV8. Another compilation, this time from Interval Audio, and my aim of course was to review it in full, but with the Twitch announcement and Nurture coming out last week of course, and also I think it is just a few too many tracks for me to cover in one video. I mean, I think I've realised that 25 or so, that would have to be the limit for me when it comes to a live review before I start passing out. But yeah, maybe for the better that I didn't cover it, because not one of my favourite Without God installments, I would have to say. You know, I like the range of styles on show again here. What these compilations are always good for, you know, they've always got that diversity on lock, but a lot of the ideas and production not coming off quite as well comparatively, meaning that, yeah, as a whole thing, not enjoying it quite as much as others of its kind. But again, for what it's worth, favourites here coming from Jitterclick, Spritz, Nerve and Furlight. New EP from Catch, and I know a lot of you out there like your riddim, so yeah, if you do, go and check it out. Not amazing front to back, but one of the better of the genre, or from the genre, that I've heard for quite a while. So yeah, you know, again a thing of the good here being particularly good. Pursue, I think track 4 being pretty noteworthy for me. And yeah, it's just a consistent EP. Doesn't put many feet wrong, you know, a couple of production things here and there, but mostly pretty good. So yeah, again, if you like your riddim, check it out. New EP from LM, whose style I absolutely love, and so was really looking forward to this EP. And in many ways it delivers, I think. You know, very colourful, loads of emotion running through it, and some very good drop ideas in the middle in particular, I think. Tracks 2 and 3, I think, Phenomenon and Colour Out. The other stuff, tracks at the beginning and the end, I'm not quite as big on, but rare, I think, that you like them all on any EP. So, bottom line, solid EP, and shows what he's about, his music, his style, all of that, and the production's good, and it's a big recommend from your boy. Remix package from Millennial Trash and Asora, which is alright. I think the problem with having such a big remix package for just one tune, the vocal sample gets a bit grating after a while, just hearing it again over and over. And with a lot of the artists here coming from the same sphere of bass music, it gets harder and harder, I think, to kind of unleash those original ideas and samples in new ways. But I do have my favourites, Drones, Caval and Nano. But yeah, as a whole thing, it's not the kind of one that I'm going to listen to from beginning to end kind of thing. More D&B deep dub goodness here that you simply have to check out from Monty, another producer that I've enjoyed more and more as I've listened more and more, and this is just more brooding, direct, echoey, well-assembled music from him, and very, very good, just front to back, I think. You know, the first half for me a bit more special on the ideas front, but yeah, I think as well 1985 as a label slowly becoming one of my favourites in bass music. The output so far again this year from them, 1985, has been stellar. So big ups Alex Perez and all of these producers coming through with the fire. New compilation from Night Mode, the premise of it being a load of singles dropped on the label last year, remixed by producers other than the original artists, if you get me. Probably just a lot more simple than I just explained there. But anyway, it makes for a very good collection. In particular, the No Manner and One True God and Dead Crow I'm enjoying a lot. But yeah, here, loads of dark, bass-fueled energy, fired up, and seemingly dystopian from the future. And yeah, I just love what Night Mode are doing, and a great idea. You know, imagine if more labels did this kind of thing where you have a load of original tunes and then remixed by other people. Would be awesome. New collection from New Partial is an absolutely mad meld of deep dub, breaks, halftime, garage, everything in between, and you know, you'd expect nothing less from Renraku as a label really, but yeah, here just pure gritty industrial filth, and you know, not many ideas here that I love outright. It's so unpredictable, and the production's amazing, the arrangement incredible, and melodically pretty on point as well, front to back. So yeah, a must listen. Please check it out if you haven't already. And the song titles as well, actually, are very funny and quirky and worth checking out for that alone, I would say. New album from Panda Eyes. Not sure I see the hype here personally. Nice to hear him again, I think, break away from the outright heavier form of dubstep over the stretch of a big project, but a lot of it here just falls very flat for me, and it's difficult for me personally to find stuff that works and that I enjoy. The production just not up to standard for him. It doesn't feel very fleshed out and defined and whole and full, and a lot of the ideas are just ordinary beyond belief compared to what we've got before from him in years gone past. So some decent melodic flavour here, and the vocal aspect I think is good, like how he injects his words and vocal range into the album, but yeah, mostly just a bit as a combination of idea and production, and lacking character, purpose, and oomph over the stretch of it. Another new Rushdown compilation. I fucking love these compilations so much. It's great to hear that so many at that level, at the very underground, are going for colour bass. Like, I love it so much. Even though this would have to be one of my least favourite of its kind so far as a mix of production and idea, I think only the sub 001 at the very end here of the compilation is the only one that really hits for me. Again, as a combination of idea and production, but the level of creation and ingenuity and invention and sound use here is just mad. And like, thinking about the fact that this is the future and that this is what's happening at the very underground of bass music and what we can look forward to going forward, yeah, fucking love it. New EP from Stoned Level, who I'm always getting requested to review, and I'm not exactly sure why. Not really offering anything new here, just more stomping riddim-y music, very little invention on show, and kind of mindless in the approach and delivery, which just kind of typifies as an overview what this kind of music and dubstep of this kind has been about for the last few years or so, for the most part. Don't really get how you distinguish it from a lot of other stuff out there. You know, why should I cover this and not other stuff that sounds very similar? So, yeah, that would have to be my definitive view on that EP. Penultimately, new EP from Visages, another collection here of deep dub and D&B, and another killer 1985 EP, simple as. They just, yeah, like I said earlier, keep killing it. And the production, deep, all-consuming, the ideas are entrancing and well assembled, and it just sounds good. You know, another one of those where hardly any missteps or stuff that feels out of place. It's just overall very good. Prefer the first half again here, but yeah, it's just another good EP. And finally, new EP from Vorso, another statement-making collection from him, another whirlwind journey through his talent and ability. And again here, for me, from him, rare that we get a perfect mix of idea and execution. I, as always, absolutely love the range of styles that he's gone for here, but few of the drops, concepts that don't quite come off, in my opinion. But once more, I mean, it sounds incredible front to back. Like, sonically, this thing is mind-blowing once again from him. Just a massive, fat, neuro-y vortex of sound that just subsumes you more and more as you hear it over its course. And, you know, as I've kind of mentioned here and alluded to, far from loving it overall, but a lot of expert material and design, which is what we've come to know him for. And yeah, he is one of the best producers in bass music right now, no question. But there we have it, the April 2021 edition of the Extra Nawties monthly roundup. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. But yeah, here we go, special mentions. Going to put them up on the screen here right now for you all to see. And if you want to remember them, I recommend taking a screenshot right now, or noting down the ones you want to note down so you can remember them and hear them afterwards, because I'm just going to leave them up here for a couple of seconds more if you want to do that. But with regards to what I reviewed in this video, which ones did you enjoy, which others not so much? Are there any that I missed out? Let me know in the comments down below. Beyond that, keep it naughty. If it's naughty, then you know, and I shall see all of you legends in the next one. Peace!